This is Dr. David Weiman from Weiman Consulting, and welcome to today's video where I'll cover 10 tips for running effective meetings. Meetings are an essential part of organizational life, but people often have mixed feelings about them. On the positive side, meetings give you the opportunity to motivate your team, to find the root cause of problems, and to brainstorm solutions to those problems. At the same time, though, people often complain about meetings. They say they're not focused, that they take too long, and that they don't engage everyone who's attending the meeting. Over the years, from my own leadership positions and also consulting to many organizations large and small, I've had the chance to learn from and watch some of the best organizational leaders and presenters in the country. The 10 tips you're about to see are a compilation of what I've learned from all of them and my own experience in running effective meetings. Number 1, have a clear purpose. Make sure there's a clear reason for your meeting and let everyone who will be attending know what that is. A clear purpose will help you organize all of the things you will do next to prepare for that meeting. This is true even for meetings that occur on a schedule, such as weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Number 2, prepare in advance. Make sure the purpose, participants, actions, and anticipated outcome are all planned in advance. Make a checklist of these items so you'll be sure to have thought about them before each meeting. Distribute agendas in advance so participants can be prepared to contribute. Number 3, start and end meetings on time. Do not wait for late participants other than clients, and do not repeat material that late arrivers missed. When you accommodate lateness, it reinforces it. At the next meeting, you run the risk of more people showing up late because they know it's not essential for them to be there at the time it starts. Ending meetings at the scheduled end time lets participants go on to whatever they had scheduled next. Sticking to the end time can also create the urgency needed to reach a consensus. Number 4, use good eye contact. During the meeting, make eye contact with as many people as possible. This keeps people engaged. It also gives you a lot of visual feedback about how participants feel about what's being discussed. If someone is asking a specific question, focus your attention on that person as you answer. If the question is of general interest, look around at others in the room while you're answering that question. Number 5, be aware of body language. As you know from the previous point, your body language is communicating quite a bit during a meeting. Are you bored, irritated, not paying attention? If you're feeling that way inside, chances are someone is noticing it through your body language on the outside. Sit up straight but comfortably. This will help you stay alert and show that you're in control of the meeting. Don't rock or pace back and forth. If you're not sure how you appear in meetings, ask a trusted colleague to observe you in a meeting and give you feedback. We often enact behaviors such as checking a watch or looking out a window that we're not consciously aware of, but which communicate irritation, boredom, or other things we don't mean to. Getting feedback about your in-meeting body language can be extremely valuable. Number 6, provide mini-summaries during the meeting. This is especially effective after a long discussion or before a break. Give your impression of the current state of the discussion, as well as what still needs to be done. It's also a good idea to end all meetings with a brief review of the issues that have been discussed and what's been decided. If there is more to be discussed, make sure participants know how you will follow up, even if that means scheduling another meeting. Number 7, address rudeness privately after the meeting. Don't criticize or draw attention to rude behavior during a meeting. If someone is chatting to the person next to them, texting, or using a computer, pretend it isn't happening. Ignore it and address it privately afterwards. If the behavior continues in future meetings, discuss it with the participant before the next meeting. Number 8, don't discuss people who aren't there. Unless it's for the purpose of an evaluation, you shouldn't discuss people who are not in the meeting room. Adopting this simple ground rule will let participants know that it's destructive to talk about people who aren't there. Also, they will not be afraid that when they miss a meeting, they might be the subject of a discussion. Number 9, stay cool under fire. It can be difficult to think of this during a meeting in which you feel attacked, but try to remain aware that hostile questions are often an attempt to test your power or authority, regardless of the actual issue. When dealing with hostile questions, repeat the question to confirm agreement, respond quickly, and deflect personal attacks by generalizing and focusing on the core topic, not the attack. You might say, for example, "This is something that impacts all of us, so let's look at it as a team and see if there's something we can do to solve it." Number 10, encourage discussion from everyone. If someone is dominating the meeting by talking too much, quickly move to others to encourage discussion from all participants, even if you have to go around the room to make sure each voice is heard. You can also set realistic limits at the beginning of a discussion. For example, you might say, "I want to make sure everyone is heard, so let's limit this discussion to 10 more minutes." When necessary, interrupt someone who is rambling or repeating themselves. For example, you might say, "It seems like you agree with Kendra, let's see what others think." And here's a bonus tip: reduce meeting time. One of the biggest complaints people have is that meetings take too long. There is often an underlying issue there, that it's not actually the length of the meeting, but that they don't feel engaged enough. Many of the tips you've already seen will help solve that problem. However, you can also experiment with reducing the amount of time for your meetings and see if they become more productive. That's because of a psychological effect that people tend to organize themselves based on the amount of time they are given. Most meetings tend to be scheduled for 1 hour. If, instead of that typical 1-hour meeting, you make it for 45 minutes, you may find you actually accomplish more in that time for the reasons I've already given. If 45-minute meetings work, try cutting them down to 30 minutes. In that shorter format, people may pay even more attention and may be more effective because they have less time. Running effective meetings takes a little advanced preparation and a willingness to practice. The payoff comes with getting outstanding results and making the best use of the talent of your meeting participants. If you follow these tips, you'll find over time that instead of dreading your meetings, people will show up well prepared and ready to contribute. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or want some additional resources, please visit weimanconsulting.com or call 610-642-3040.